Hey, Bill, you're on mute.
How's it going there?
Doing well. How you doing?
Okay, I'm still working on a podcast that is almost done. I gotta shorten it up and export it. I already exported one. So I've been doing like 5 different things at one time here. So
Cool. Now, what program are you using for the podcast?
NBC has its own setup in the studio.
Oh,
The
cool.
whole studio setup put aside just for the podcasts. And Willie Geist does his podcast in there. Then when they do it, they give me all all the different clips of everything they did, and I put it all together on my Avid.
Wow. So you're really just you're post production.
I'm post production, but I'm actually production too. A lot of times I do things on live as well.
Uh-huh.
I used to be a TD, so I directed some pieces of shows too. So
That's cool. Yeah, I think. Well, I've got to do. I've got to redo the presentation, the PowerPoint. On I have that video, the intro video that we have up on the UB Sports channel.
Right.
That is the presentation with all the voiceovers and the soundtracks in the back and everything.
Do you put music in that?
Yeah, I did.
I
had 2 or 3 different pieces. I went to that stock audio.
Yep, that's where you have to go because it's already no pay royalties.
Yeah, exactly. No license, but there's some good music. So I forget what site it was though, but I've got to do it again. The guys, the people who are raising the money through, it's called Ignite Social Impact. They're all excited about it. So they're ready to go as soon as I can get through the SEC layers and stuff. So that's exciting, but I have to produce the PowerPoint. So I gotta redo that whole presentation.
All you need to do is, if you want, you can give it to me separately. I'll do it for you. I'll put it together. All you gotta do, if you find the music, just send me the link. Then you find you do the audio on whatever you're taking recording on, send it to me, and then I'll take the PowerPoint and I strip off the old audio, put new one on.
Cool. All right, that's excellent.
So may save some time for you if you need to. So
definitely, I'm using this system called Camtasia.
Oh, I've heard of that before.
And it's sort of like the Apple movie thing, and I like it a little bit more because it's a little more WYSIWYG. Like you can just put it up there and it goes. So right. I just grab pictures and I put them in line, and then you can say what duration they are. You can change the durations, and then if it's a video, you can put the video in there. It's really an incredible deep system, and it costs like $100 or something like that.
Yeah. It's doesn't do elaborate effects. It doesn't really do elaborate work with it, but allows you to lay out all your video and audios in the right layers you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you superposition really nice. It doesn't do all the really slow fades and mixes of all different channels together and all that stuff because you don't have that capability, but it takes care of it for you. I like those things. They're quick to get things done.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of the producers, I did it on not using that, but another program, but same thing. We were on the plane, come back from South Africa. On one of the spots, and I'm using a computer, laying all the stuff, importing it in on my desk, in my seat, but laying out the shots with the audio. So it's same thing with this does. It lays it all out for you. It's there. So by the time I got to New York, I had the whole clip laid out.
Now the power that we have now is ridiculous.
Amazing.
It's absolutely crazy. So that's that. Right now, I'm about to deal with that. I'm about to go through the how to set up the videos and what goes first, and how we go from, like, the UB Universe is going to pop up the most watched video in all of UB Sports by number of views, right? And then there has to be something that's on the side. Wait, I'm gonna see if I can do something. Hold on a second. I'm gonna open up. I'm going to get this on Zoom too and see if I don't get very bad overlap of, the sound.
Screw up. I did screw up. Found my mistake. John's coming in too. Nice.
Okay, now
hold on. Twice.
Hold on. Okay, good. So now you're hearing me once and I'm hearing you once.
That's better off that way.
Okay, so I'm going to share the screen.
Ah,
Cool. All right.
I want to ask you as we sip our tequila here, there's a part of Young Rock.
you know what my podcast is today? It's really guys interviewing, talking with The Rock, Wayne Johnson.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? Okay, so let's go to the screen, and now I've got to go to here. Cool. Okay, so
Most watch. Oh, okay.
yeah, so the idea is that the when we first click onto UB Universe, you have these things over here as the most watched in my sports, but this one here in the middle is going to be, and I want to highlight that. That's going to be for the most watched video on UB Sports. Under that would be number 2 and number 3, number 4 of the most watched videos on UB Sports.
What do you mean? Number 2, number 3, underneath? You mean you be like little frames you see
Yeah.
underneath them?
Yeah.
Click on which one you want.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So the idea is you can do all of it. You can watch you can stay with the most popular ones, and then if you want to watch your sports, the sports that you care about, you can do that. And each one will have the most popular sport video for that sport on the right side, and you can scroll down.
Is that what my sports is? Is the particular sport, like it be badminton, football, baseball? They'll have the most popular in that particular field.
Yeah, whatever sports you said you like.
Okay.
And those are, when we first sign up, it says, what are your favorite sports?
Okay.
So the idea is
Give me more words to say.
you have your choices.
I want to ask you as we sip.
And then my question is, if I click on, let me take this one away. If I come over here and start doing that, should,
Click down.
and I click on one of those most watched sports. Let's say the first one's baseball.
Okay.
So I click on that one. Do I go to the baseball page, or do I stay on this and just have the place that says most watched video on UB? Should that become the top baseball video, or should we go to the baseball page itself and then do the video there?
Good question, because normally I would say go right to the baseball page itself, but say you have all the videos you're watching and stuff like that. You just want to peek at what's going on. Now, the most watched in this particular sport, that's only the ones that the ambassador, whatever it is, put in there as the most watched videos of that particular sport, not a particular game and all that stuff, or the most recent stuff, the most watched.
Right. Okay, so I click, so it goes from there over to here, and then you have the same thing, news for baseball.
Right.
And over here,
Having the recent current news, right? It makes sense.
and over here we'll have that video, the video you chose from the front page.
Okay. But I think you should go to the video. I think you should go to the particular sport that you're looking for.
Right. So we go to baseball like this,
Right.
and then it would have the 3 sports, or the 3 baseball videos there. In
2, 3, 4, you mean? Right. 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Right. And that way we don't need the bottom ones. We could do something here, under here, where we have those different sports again.
No, you want to keep the columns for the sport with the sport. They can
Okay,
back up
so-
and go to the homepage. You don't want that's too much confusion in there. Maybe like maybe have a your videos spot. They can put something that they like, put in there, so that their personal ones they like a lot.
Well, that's going to be in their own personal page.
Right.
But do you think? Well, that's a good question. If I do have baseball videos that I found that I liked on UB Sports, can I save them and have them show up here all the time? Or is that
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That if you say it's because they're logging in, so even though it's the general, it's still their page.
right?
They're because they're logging into the system on this page for them.
So
They can do that.
So these are my favorite videos that I chose. And then on the side over there, on the right side, are other videos that are the most popular.
Correct, but and these here, like if I log in baseball, I like the Yankees, Boston, Mets, and Dodger games. They're right here. My favorite ones I liked. But you liked the Cleveland, Miami, and Padres that all down in the A's, all down here. When you log in your system and you save, it'll be down there in that page for you. It's a temporary buffer that saves while you're there.
Okay, so it remembers what the last few things that I liked that I watched were.
Right.
And those pop down at the bottom. Okay.
Right, and then it'll go. The next time you go in and change it around, it goes back. I would keep it like the top 4. You don't have to go crazy like get a whole bunch of them. Right, and it's a temporary buffer, not a permanent spot. So it only goes there for what your favorite ones are. So if I go on to my system on there, I'm not seeing yours. I pick out what I want from my
Right.
system to look at, and it just sits there.
Right.
It's not my page. It's not my, like what I want to save and put it somewhere. But you can now save these and put them into a spot on your in your profile somewhere.
Right.
Right. That way, each day they're working on something, they see something new they like, they can save it for that particular time they're in there.
Right. So that's a whole different button. That's what would that look like?
Which one? To save, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, you right click right here, right? Like, see you like number 1. You want to keep that in your folder, your buffer. You right click it, so you save it to your profile, or you have a page. They have their own personal page for stuff that they're going to keep, right? Including their videos, correct? That
Yeah.
they bring in. 'Cause that's the big thing too. I'm thinking, they're gonna say videos of the kid playing ball and all that stuff. You wanna, or packages they built together that they want to show or ask about. So there's gotta be someplace. Right, click to save.
Okay, cool.
Right, that way they can just, you can either right click it or you can, or a button, depending on, if it's on the app. I don't know how the app will, I guess the app, you can click on it and it'll give you choices, a menu page. I'm trying to think on the app wise. I mean, you have an iPhone, you can't just right click an iPhone. You got to do something to save it, right?
Yeah, swiping it and that kind of shit.
Right, because I mean, I'm thinking right click, that's only computer, but a lot of this stuff can be done not only computer, it may be done with the phone. Is that 2 different entities we're working with right now? We just want to work a computer part and then go the other way.
Yeah, that's that's one of the things that we haven't really gotten into is the swiping and all that kind of stuff. I think that's really
Right.
next. They're setting up the screens, but next we have to figure out how to get from one place to the next.
Right. Right.
So we still have to work on that. So let's say then then you can click. I'm gonna just put my cursor over the video I chose.
Correct.
there
Hmm.
and click it.
Right. Now, if you like that one, you want to keep it as in your buffer for the day, you can right click that and it becomes like, I guess we call this group for my favorites, four of them, or someplace where it'll go on that page. That little line underneath it, there'll be four of them. So it drops right into one, you have four. We can make it 2 rows or make 8, whatever you want to do on there, but I think,
You could have something like just an arrow like this so that you can go back and forth.
oh yeah, right. So you go up to the one you choose, you click on the one you like, and it goes in there.
Right.
So you can go and once you save all the others you like, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You like something later on, there's something you didn't know about. You want to keep that. That goes into your save 2, then save 3, and favorites 4
Right. Oops.
as you go along. And then when you click on it, it goes into that video one you choose is kind of like the main frame.
Right. That's the video I chose. And this is for the favorites below. Let me take this. I'm going to erase that a little bit.
I say, how do you erase that thing? Is there like a eraser? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, sure. I tell you, this is once you figure out how to make this thing happen, it's really cool.
I have that on my Samsung. I can draw and write and all that stuff on it. And as you click on it, it gives you the erase button and change the size of the pen and all that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so let me clean this up just a little bit.
Well, you clean it up. I'm going to try to get this thing over to the short version so that I can actually be totally done.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask you as we sip our tequila here.
Okay, that works perfect. Okay, I got the short version there. I'll put the short version here. And I'll put the short version here. And get rid of this one. What was calling me? Ambassador, what is that? Ambassador what? Blog? Okay.
Yeah, Ambassador Blog.
Yeah. Where's there going to be the Q&A type aspect of this so they can ask questions to the ambassador?
You click on the ambassador. The ambassador is going to be someplace. I guess it really should be up here, your ambassador. We call this actually the VIP.
Don't need that anymore.
So you can click on the VIP and that'll open up there like a message, well, actually another page that'll have a way to message them, but also all their blogs and vlogs and everything and what their favorite videos are.
Who's the ambassadors?
Yeah.
Right, could you send a video to the ambassador? Because like I said, a lot of these parents, especially later on, they're gonna want to introduce them to them for like a scholarship. How's my footage I look? Is this a good thing to give my son to work on?
Yeah, actually we built it's built like HTML, so we can either take
A link.
It'd probably be smarter to have a link there rather than the video file itself, and then have the actual file sitting on the members page,
Yeah.
on their brag page.
Right. They just click the link and it opens up for them.
Yeah. Right. So if you have the VIP, so you have the VIP, that's the ambassador.
What's that little thing on the side next to VIP? I'm
That's
not a good drawer either, but I can break chops. I'm terrible.
Yeah, that's his face. That's him. I'm gonna put a baseball cap on him. So yeah, so that'll give you the access to him, baseball news, blogs, and vlog. and then member blogs, and then curated content, which is really just articles from other people, from other publishers.
Right.
And then you have this here and the video you chose. Now, if you click that, you're going to go to another page. That's just going to be, wait, I don't want to make it that big.
Well, then the people should be able to afford it.
Okay, it just still says baseball.
Export.
And if you should be going to you got rid of the ambassador blog, and now you have so here's where it gets interesting. You've got the number one, the video that you clicked
Right.
in bigger format.
Correct.
Now, if you have a category, it's going to be, it's going to be obviously in baseball.
Right.
It's going to have a tagline that's going to be, or a tag word that's going to be the kind of video it is, category of video. Right. And then when, let's say it's faces in the game.
Okay, that's the category.
That's the category. Okay. These guys here on the side should also be faces in the game, because that's the category I'm interested in right now.
Right.
Let's do
Different faces, like it's in alphabetical order. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Where is my-
Faces in game. 1. FIG 2. FIG 3. And I guess we have to figure out the order if this is going to be in most watched.
These other ones on the side, you mean these other figures, all the other faces in the game?
Yeah. So they're staying in the same category.
Okay, yeah, because they're in the category now, faces in the game, of what they picked, and I'll figure 1, 2. I thought it'd be better alphabetical instead of the most watched.
Okay.
Only because they're saying that they pick baseball faces in the game. Then they come back to it. They saw what they wanted to see, but they want to check out where somebody else might be in the faces of the game. Might be my idols, Bobby Mercer, or something like that. And then someone maybe like Mickey Mantle. And they go back to faces of the game. So instead of going most watched, they just click on they know it's alphabetical order, they know where it is, and they can find it faster.
Or maybe you want to search for it.
Yeah.
And then so maybe what we need up here is a drop down that gives you these choices.
Most watched. Yeah, that's something we could ask John about, because there may be too much to work on that. So, or them, I don't know the guy's name. I saw the names go by that they're all Indian names.
Yeah, Vivek and Jibin and Ajish is the sort of like the ringleader of the whole program, the whole project.
Okay.
So so this is what I envision is to have this kind of thing that pops up that keeps you in that category, in that sport.
Okay.
And let me do something cute here. In there. Okay, so then under here, we should have more boxes. And I'm thinking for more different categories.
Okay. Are we gonna have them, give them capabilities to make a sub clip, so to speak? They say they saw this shortstop make a great play, and the way his position was, and he threw the ball to first. They like that particular spot of the what we're watching. I know we're not in the actual video right now. It's faces the game, but we like that spot and we want to save it. I want to show them this is what I want my son to pick up on because he's not doing it right, or something. Or can they? Is there a way of? It's like almost like an editing, but it's not really editing. Just splicing one end and taking that section to see and saving that one part of the video,
Yeah, you just grabbing a clip.
right?
Yeah, I don't know if we can do it. I'm sure we can do it with our own videos. I don't know if we can.
I know. Yeah, I know. We could probably set that up and do that. Yes, I'm talking about like a person getting on there.
With YouTube or Vimeo. I don't know if there's that kind of capability. I really doubt there would be if I'm watching NBC Sports or CBS Sports or one of those guys. But I don't know. Is there a way to do that in any other system that you've seen?
Well, a lot of places you can grab and keep certain parts of a movie or show you're watching. So especially
Okay.
with Streamline, I do it on my system, but I have an editing system that's different.
Right.
I think the Streamline footage in that's on a clip. I can just, even though it's live, still going on. I could take parts at the beginning, middle, and end until they're done. So, but I can do that. But I don't know if we can have that simple. I don't want to go too elaborate. It's got to be simple for the customer to use. Not simple. It doesn't necessarily be simple for us to have it in the system. Simple that they can click and do this and they're done.
Right. I can see it being harder for us behind the scenes trying to figure that out. But it's worth an ask. I mean, they might have an answer, or if they don't now, we can always. What I like doing is having the basic product out, and then making every adjustment, every addition we bring in is another PR piece.
Yes, as long as like we talked about with John in there, and they build the system to have that capability for us to do that. Yes, I agree.
Right.
I agree. We get it out there, we get started, we can always make it better, enhance it, make it better as we go along.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. The categories, more drills, training.
Videos.
What's games videos?
Just games.
Games of baseball games that you keep in
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Or just say, actually, I want to say competition because they're all different.
You get pretty good at that now.
It's fun. I really love it. Competition. And then, so there are like 12 different categories. Skills and drills, training, competition, coaching. And whatever else there is. They're going to be, I think it worked out to a total of 12 different categories.
12 different categories? That's right. Or a row of, say, 4 instead of 5. You have 5 here. Make a row of 4, 3 rows.
That's fine. Yeah, you're right. And move that over. So, yeah, so if we have that like that, we can go, I think we can cover just about everything we need to do. We can stay in phases in the game up here. We can go to different categories, and someplace there should be a way to get to back out to
To the main page where you were before.
yeah. Back
Right,
out
and-
to
Computers are easy. You just right click it and get back, or or back on the screen on the top.
so you can click that and get back out. They call them breadcrumbs.
That's called breadcrumbs?
Well, it is. Let's say you've drilled down, you've gone through the UB universe, then you go to baseball, and then you go to videos in baseball. Each one of them creates
A little
another
trail.
tree, another branch of the tree, right? So breadcrumbs are basically you're climbing back to the trunk of the tree.
I like that. The Goldilocks, not Goldilocks. I forgot what.
Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel, thank you. That's right. They dropped the breadcrumbs.
Yeah. So basically, it's that kind of thing. You can go back by clicking the top corner.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, breadcrumbs. I like that.
And yeah, they're psyched about doing that too. They said they can do that. Okay, so that actually solves that that page, and then you
Right.
click this and go back out. But actually, you're going to go like this. This is two of them because we're already into baseball. And then we're in videos.
Right. Because the main home doesn't have it on there. Then you're clicking into baseball and going further in right
Yeah.
to videos.
So the breadcrumbs work something like that. So I think actually they're reversed. I think they have to be
I
like
think
this.
video, yeah, video baseball.
Right. So well, the way we got here, we went to UB Universe and then we clicked videos, my videos. Actually, we didn't. Did we? I think
No.
we did. We went. It went UB Universe. Then it went to
We went to
video page.
right.
It went
Video
to.
page.
It went to. We went from UB Universe to the UB Universe with the baseball video there.
Right.
Right. But that's still UB Universe, so I don't have to worry about that one. That's overkill, I think. So then it goes to then we went to
Then I went to the videos.
right, baseball video.
Right. Baseball video. Right. And then from there I went to
Full screen video.
right.
And that's where we are now, so I don't have to go there. Okay. So I think that's like I think the strategy we have to use all the time to go to wherever we are. If we're on the now we have to build another page. If I'm in the sport. Oops. Bad drawing. VIP page. And then so you have news. Basically the same thing. You got the news and then the ambassador blog, member blogs, and then curated. So over here, we're seeing a smaller version of that.
What's that second one?
This,
News.
yeah,
Member
news,
blog.
ambassador blog, member
Ambassador.
blog, curated. And then we have most watched video. If I click on I clicked on baseball. I just went to baseball.
Right.
In the sport portal. So it's going to be the most watched in video in baseball. And then number 2.
Number 4, yeah.
And then under here, we're going to do the same thing with the categories.
Right.
And then we'll do the same thing, however we want to do it, alphabetical or something like that. And then we have to have the same thing over here with that logic we worked out, where it's going to be most watched in video. And then if we're searching, should we go to, let's say I say,
If you search, you should go right to that link. like your categories, you can go right to those categories.
Okay, so we had those, what was it again? Most watched, most recent, alphabetical, and search. Alphabetical, search. And maybe it dropped down here with most recent searches. It might be overkill.
Yeah, it is a little too much.
All right, we'll kill it.
You don't want to get too confusing.
All right. Most recent.
Again, we can always add that if people start complaining about that. We see need later on. We don't need. I don't think we need that.
Okay, so let's say I click then most watched. So I want to see the other things that are most watched, right?
Okay.
Should it go to a page that has where it says most watched in baseball? Should it look something like?
Sort of almost like a YouTube setup. You see the page, the main one in the middle.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Then you go. Then I would think you'd want to go to. We're still baseball up here.
Right.
If you have, if it opens up that full page again, but should we have? If I clicked most watched, you still have the news here. Should we go to a grid, with the 4 different or 5 different, like almost watched?
And yeah, instead of having news though, no, you haven't like that many. Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking with instead of news, having a description of each category, each video on there, a brief like synopsis of each one. But that's not that important. For the you're setting up right now, you're setting up a whole bunch. You know what I mean? You click on it, you see it, and it gives you a kind of a brief description.
Yeah. We could do that, or that could pop down below. It could be down here.
Yeah, as you click on it, it'll change down the bottom.
Right.
So the description will be linked to the videos that are on top.
Right.
So when you click the videos, it changes down the bottom.
Right.
So
So I click there.
Right. If you click here, you click here, you click, and it'll just change. Just a brief synopsis,
Right. Yeah, you'd have to like a date and then the title.
Date, the team, because Padres Dodgers, this date, or great catch, or then into the stands he goes.
Okay, so that'd be cool. That way you can see the top 15 and you probably can scroll down.
Right.
And then there has to be a spot someplace for other categories. I guess it should be over here.
Instead of the news, maybe you don't need the news now because you're out of the news division, your news area.
So you want to go to other categories over here?
Maybe over there, other categories.
I think I want to keep the right side for other categories.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
But yeah. Okay. So we're now taking over the whole page.
All right, we can move all those most watched over to the left and then put categories on the right.
Yeah.
Keep it on the right like you had.
And you have the red things up here again. Baseball. And that would allow you to click back to UB Universe if you want to go to another sport altogether.
Right. And there's always going to be a top section, is that they have the drop down of the going home and all that stuff, and the place you want to go to again, right? Every
Yeah.
page you go to on the website will have that available on the very, very top, right?
Right.
You can always go home if you wanted to. That way too.
Right, because up here it is going to say UB Sports. You have that logo up here. And then over here, sport portals. And other stuff.
Right.
So you can always click that to go to back to another sport.
Right. It'll be quicker that way too if you need to.
Yeah, instead of going back. Okay, so that covers up the categories. It covers up that. And then I'd assume that if I'm going to click that, I get UB Sports. And then baseball. So I clicked on that video. And we're down to now it's a bigger picture.
Right now, if you go back 1 second, I'll explain the picture, like the one with all the description and everything else. Each of these videos should have like a play. They should be set to play. Once you click the play button, it'll actually go right to the next page. You know what I mean? It opens up that video to the next page section that you're in.
So you're saying if I click on the first page.
Then that first one you click on, you have a description on it, but there's inside the video, like there's a little play button.
Right.
You hit play on it, it automatically goes to the next play, automatically brings you to the next page.
Right.
It opens up the full screen for you to play, to watch it.
Well, that's the other thing that I want to do. So, okay, so I clicked on this thing, which might be like the third inning, say third inning. Then what I want to do is, and this is where it's going to get, we're almost like at AI right here, because what I want to do is have the third inning here, right?
Right.
And have it first inning here, second inning.
I see what you mean, but you click the third inning, it's there, but it gives you more options on the right.
Right, exactly. So I can go in different places. Also, let's say you're watching a tennis tournament and you're watching all the quarterfinals. There are 8 quarterfinals, right?
Right. You wanted to see one, and then all of a sudden you have choices on the right. You go
Right,
to
exactly. So then I'm watching the third inning. And then you have the play button and the slow reverse and the slow forward
and a pause.
and the fast.
And pause. But you use a straight line, 2 straight line, and the vertical lines.
Well, that goes like this, right? So, yeah, the slow part. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that with the YouTube and Vimeo, but we can do it with UB Sports videos. I think now YouTube actually has slow motion, but
I don't know if they do it. I gotta check that out.
And I think also if,
They have a link, by the way, that you can download the videos onto your desktop.
yeah, we can do that too.
I also found a way I could steal the videos and bring it to my Avid editing system and edit on YouTube. You know?
Or you can do that. You can go full screen and use like Wondershare or one of those.
Yeah, it's a program to take it converts to an MP4 or whatever format you want to bring it to. You can drop the link from the video that YouTube into that program. And
Yeah,
the program downloads it to an MP format. You get an MP4 format and drop it into an editing system.
yeah. There's one. Did you ever use Ice Cream? It's called Ice Cream Screen Recorder,
No.
and that's the one that I've used to do that. It works pretty well. Okay, so I'm in the third inning now. First, second, third inning.
The third inning is gonna come up on the side too with it. I guess we have all the innings. Makes sense. Never mind.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then under here, you have to have other in same. In the same category, right? So it might be other games.
Okay.
And then different categories. I don't know.
But I'm thinking maybe about like interviews, maybe or
sorry?
interviews of some of the guys' comments or thoughts to sound up some players.
From that game or?
Yeah, about the game or anything going on. It's like other categories. Just thinking
Yeah.
of what else that they may want.
Yeah. But I think what we should do is when we grab a game like this, try to also get the interviews afterwards,
Right.
like post game.
Well, yeah, post game.
So let's do this. Get this like that, and then over here,
Post game.
post game, if we have it. That'd be cool.
Right. That way they can check out somebody making comments and all about what happened, how it went.
Yeah. All right. So, right. Sport coils, baseball, third inning. You have the same thing up here with the breadcrumbs. And
And of course, you have the categories above anyway too. They always come across wherever you go and up on our website. That makes sense.
yeah. So then you have the other videos in the same category. So the other games in that case, other competition, different categories, and you're still in baseball.
Right.
So do you think we should be teasing them down here with my other sport videos?
Yeah, or yeah, trying to think. Let me send this quick note out to her. Your yeah.
Now we're going to get some. I'm sure we're going to get some blowback on this.
Oh, I know. I feel it already.
You're gonna go, oh, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Too much logic involved. But I think you know, we're if I can get John on our side on this kind of stuff, it'll help a lot.
Right. And to your point before, though, like all the other sports and what's watched and stuff like that on the bottom there and the other categories, we don't necessarily need to put them on there right now. We could always add that later if they feel it's complicated at this point to do all that.
But that really shouldn't be that hard because all you
No.
do is you're grabbing the most watched videos from the other sports this person already said they like.
Right.
So that shouldn't really be all that hard. It's more a matter of just getting these. I think the hardest part is going to be really what happens before we even get to these things where we're combining all of the different videos from Vimeo, from YouTube, from our own library, and from other libraries that we get a hold of to get those all into one directory. That's gonna be, to me, that's gonna be the hardest thing that we do. And that's where I think we will get some pushback there. But I think, if I recall, the developers said they have a way to do that already.
Yeah, I thought I heard that too, them say that because I think I mentioned that about different video formats.
Yeah.
But because a lot of the video formats are pretty much the same. A lot of them use MP4. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
when you
simple
get
to
down to it,
use.
it really is the same.
But there are some different ones here and there that they come in. And I know my Avid is very touchy, but I can change them the format and bring it in a different format,
Right.
make it work. So but if there's most of these, especially on the website or internet spots with sort of streamlining, it's already streamlined set up, they can utilize it, so it's not gonna be too difficult to take it from somewhere else and put it into our folder. Hardest part can be someone has a VHS of their kid or a DVD of their child. And
Well,
then
they'd have to upload the whole thing, or they upload that part into YouTube or something else.
Yeah, or they can even upload it into the system and it'll convert it to an MP4 or to an MPEG instead of a JPEG, whatever it might be. You know,
Right.
whatever format or system that these guys say that they have available for us to utilize it. So like
Yeah.
we have one, we export our videos to give everybody copies of the shows and all that stuff.
Right.
We have is a program style, a format style H264.
Oh, really?
We do an H264 and we export it to that format because a lot of the systems anybody at home wants to watch it can watch an H264 version.
That's interesting. I thought it was MP4 is the average format these days.
That's it. That's the average format. But I think that this is it's H264 is another video format, but it works with all different types of playback systems you may have at home, whatever your computer
Okay,
might
cool.
have.
Uh-huh.
So we have things that are avid that they can't play back.
Yeah, that's one of the formats that's allowed on Camtasia and the other stuff that I've used. So
Yeah. To me, they're all allowing it out everywhere you go so that you can always look at it and do something with it. MP4 is a biggie too.
yeah, I've also used Wirecast, which is like Ustream or Livestream, and that's a pretty potent thing when you're doing live videos. Gives you the capability of using different cameras and be able to click from one camera to the next. Have the presenters on one camera and then have the rear view on another camera, then the first space view on another, and behind the plate on another.
And you switch them around with a button by hitting the button like a little
Yeah,
switcher.
it's just a button. It's so easy.
That's what switchers do. When I'm switching this tape, that's step in the director, I'm switching the cameras.
But what's amazing is that, like, back when I first started doing this, even what was it? It's about 8 years ago, 10 years ago. There was a big box. It was like a piece of luggage.
Yeah.
That you used to do this.
NewTek was one of the biggies.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's just like it's on a computer.
Yeah. You download it to your computer. It's so cool.
It's absolutely amazing. The technology is so incredible these days.
Yeah. It's so fun. I been at NBC 40 years ago, but 30 years, even 30 years, my kids are born. When my kids were born 30 years ago, 29 years ago,
Yeah.
this wasn't even available. There wasn't even cell phones running around.
No. Well, cell phone was 83 to 85. They were doing that.
They weren't even cell phones then. They were those portable phones.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They were considered portable phones, not even cell phones.
No, they were the ones like in boxes, and
The
actual headset you pull out. And
it was almost like a big walkie-talkie thing on your ear.
That was the next version. That was the next level. And then you could only get a car phone because you needed the big battery to run it.
Yeah, and it's usually in the trunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that reason.
That was crazy. And then they had the flip phones, the Motorola flip phone.
Yeah, now look at us. They're using phones as computers now.
Yeah, we're gonna have fillings in our teeth, I'm sure. In not too long future,
All right.
or like put in the cartilage in our ear or something, where you're just like think and call somebody.
Well, like in the movie Jumanji, where the guys they hit the chest and they get with their
Yeah,
goods and bad parts about them. Oh wow, look at
that was hilarious.
that!
That was so good. So okay, so I think we're at as far deep as we want to go with this right now. This gives you the capability to maneuver any place you want, right?
Right. And is there a way for them to save any of these? That you said is that they have their own little place they can save things.
You mean what do you mean? Oh, you mean like back to my own page?
Right.
Yeah, when you go to your own homepage, the My World page,
Right.
that is where all of your favorite stuff is. That's where you have your brag page. Also, you have a link to your own brag page, your own stats, and all that kind of stuff. That's all on my page, and that's where you have your bio and your photos and your videos, your own videos.
Okay.
So all that belongs on my page. Yeah, my page. So
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna save this as
And let me know where when these guys are doing it. I'll definitely talk with them on that. I want to find out what kind of format they're using, or if they have a problem with multiple formats coming into our system. But once we get into our system, we should have one format to work with, and that's it.
right. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. Now, if I can get them to pull this off, it'll be really cool.
Yeah. Oh, 5 years for yeah. That was good.
Okay. Oops.
Yeah, I like that way it's set up.
The hardest part has been trying to figure out how to make this work. How to like get from one page to the next and what it looks like and what capabilities you want each one of the pages to have.
Right. Well, I know you should have a button you can slide over it. My Apple, I can just slide over left and right easy. I just think I have the this trackpad that works great. I sit there and just swoop, swipe, swipe, swipe. People have their own laptops now. They can swipe on their frame, on the picture, on the screen. Swipe over, make it bigger, make it smaller, whatever they want to do. So I know phones can do the same thing to a point.
Yeah.
Swipe as well. So that should work.
All right. I'm wondering how, what would be helpful is if there was a way to like cursor over baseball, for example, and it pops up that that description there on the bottom, like in a pop-up. It would be better than having it
On the bottom of on the video itself.
Yeah, but that's gonna be much more technology than just having it show up on the bottom.
Yeah, there's a quick sentence. Yeah, it's storing the categorize it. It's gonna be stored different ways. We'll have to come up with a format that everything goes in that way.
Right.
You know, it has. I think it'll have to be 3 letters as part of its category, because
Right.
you can't use BB. That's baseball or basketball.
Right. You would have, well, I can spell it out as much as I can. BSK, BLL. So forget it would have to be like 6 letters, because that'll take care of a lot of the sports that are shorter.
Right. That way we type it in the system and save it, or it gets saved into somewhere. It's getting saved this format.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And the date we put it in, always good to put the date you put it in there.
Right.
So it's always there. And then you have your description, which is like when we send things to playback systems, we're only allowed to put up to 15 letters,
Characters, yeah.
characters on here. So you do the same thing when it comes to describing what this is. 1991 World Series. You can say, oh, maybe 1990 and then 91 and the 1991 WS 7 TH, INN, that keep it short. Seventh inning,
Yeah,
something to make it shorter to that, but at least if it's all set the same way, all of the pieces that go in there will be all easier to find, easier to locate, and easier to maintain. You have all the material, the dates, everything is in there for,
right. Well, that helps a lot too, to start off with the date.
right? So not necessarily the date of the event, the date you put it into our system.
Oh, I see, okay.
Because the date of the event you're part of the description of the 15 characters or 12 characters, whatever they say we're allowed to use, what they want to set up to do. After you put that in there, the date, so you know what date you're looking for.
Right,
So you put in alphabetical order or something like that, all the stuff is right there. And it's 1991 is definitely before 2006 type thing, and you see the listing all going down to
right,
what you want. Or you can search that way too.
right.
But at least we can maintain it better. We know where everything is easier, and it's not all haphazard. But we
Okay, so
break it
that's-
down to all the categories like BBL for baseball, BSK like basketball.
Yeah, that's true.
And that way it's all the stuff for those categories are together. You're not going to have football with baseball
Right.
in the video, but they'll be put away in their own format, so we know where everything is.
Or we
Hockey,
could just use numbers for the different sports and just have, when the system gets sport 12, they know it's basketball. And it pops up the name basketball instead of the code.
Yeah.
And that might be easier for the system to handle.
I'm a writer guy. Remember, I like words. So
Yeah, me too.
but letters work. That works. Numbers work. That's good. That'll save some time and give us more space.
That's everything's about space and making everything fit and move faster.
Yeah. You type in 11, you go right to hockey. There it is.
Yeah.
5, whatever it might be, you go right to that spot. That's a good idea. Instead of typing, remember what's basketball again? Oh, it's BSK.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, that's their job.
Right.
All right. So I think we got everything here we need.
You only need to come up with is the actual what kind of system they're using and how they're setting it all up at. That will come in when we talk with them. I don't know what they have available what they're going to utilize to do all this. And converting like you talked about earlier. All the different versions coming in from everybody else. To be
Yeah.
handling it. And 'cause I know we can convert everything. I know it, we do it all the time.
Right. Well, I'm, when we're showing something from the big companies, from Vimeo, from YouTube, they're going to have their own player they insist on using, right? So whatever kind of controls they have.
Yeah, but that's only for them.
Right.
You take it into UB Sports, it's no longer theirs. It's they own the video and everything else. They don't own how it's going to be utilized.
Right.
So like playback wise.
Right. So we have to let them have their screen, but have them use their player, and we're just using whatever we decide on JW Player, whatever we're going to do.
Right.
For our own library of videos.
I have to go back to my notes. I forgot which one I said that was really that I liked. When we looked up that stuff a while back.
Yeah, you said it wasn't JW, it was something else.
Yeah, some other one. I have to go back and try to find my notes on that.
All right, try to do that in the next few days. And we should. I'm going to talk to John, I guess later on today, and ask him if he has a couple minutes to go through this stuff.
If he wants to talk to me too, let me know. I'll come back on.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
All right.
All right. I think we got it all. And I guess we still have underneath this box what goes down there, but it could be just the other components that were on baseball in the first place.
Right. We can be more specific. It could be we could break it down to whatever kind of sport category you want in the game itself. Home runs, great catches. too.
Yeah, well, I have yeah, I have great moments in the sport or something like that, or some way to put it so that it's like the start. There's like fails and flops, phases in the game, coaching, training, which is different from skills and drills, and then rules videos. I There are a few other ones. I had like 12 of them. When I got done with it.
I like the rules. Just to say, you're playing um, horseshoe. That's a tournament. That's big, right? And then you get a horseshoe tournament. That people don't know how to set your tournament. That their posts up and everything. And there you go. You get the rules of the games. I love that part.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's so nice because then if you lost, like I was playing. What were we playing? What do they call it again? Cornhole. We're doing a cornhole game, but they have professional cornhole games, you know.
It's big. It is.
It's huge, but we did one in this big fireman's tournament that was for charity,
Right.
and they had a certain distance and everything else, certain weight of the bag, the sand of the bag itself, and it was really a tech. To practice, we had to make sure we got the right size because there's a
Right.
different size, certain angle, and then we had to make sure we get the right distance.
Man.
I was on Google everywhere, looking up, trying to find out information for the right distance, to find the right rules. So we put it in the right way so we can practice.
There actually is. There's an American Cornhole Association.
Yeah, I found it on Google.
Yeah. So that has all, it's supposed to be 2 feet by 4 feet. The hole is like 6 inches, I think. And has a special place where the hole goes.
And I think it's a 30-degree angle, something like that,
Yeah.
too. Or something like that. Have you a certain angle?
Yeah. It's really cool. So yeah, the rules are important.
Yeah, so I like that.
Rules, training, coaching, competition. Faces and personalities. However, we're going to put that. How would you put that?
Faces and personalities.
Yeah, when you have like you have an interview with a player or something. What would you call
I would
it?
say faces of the game.
Okay, you're going to say that. I
I
thought
like that. Faces of the game was good because you're in your sport. It's like the faces of the game. You want to see Aaron Judge. You get to Aaron Judge. You want to see anybody. I don't even know Bettis. I don't know a lot of the players anymore.
Yeah, me neither. So okay, so right, faces in the game. What else? I guess we should have something trading or
Trading.
like during drafts and trading and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
It could just be news. I mean, we could have news videos.
that'll be news. Yeah, right. That'll be news.
Okay. It's
Yeah, we're not going to keep interviews separately, are we? Basically, game to be interviews. That's what basic game could be.
right. And vlogs and then there's
What is a vlog? Like a blog with video?
yeah, it's like in fact I have one that's really cool. One of our people sent it to me. Okay, I'm gonna jump out of this.
Oh, like back in mind.
Broadcasting there. And
All sounds good. Upset on my end. Oh, beautiful.
sent.
Okay, good.
I think it's this one here.
So, oh, I'm supposed to be done by 11:30. It's 11:45. No one screened at me yet.
Sorry.
No. I was done earlier, and we all expect to be done early, especially because it's 10 o'clock. It's a repeat show. But I had to do 2 other things, and sometimes they all scream at me saying, "How come you still on?" Now I got this. Well, I was waiting for approval, so I just got it. Now I can get the hell out of here. Close it down. So start.
First one.
Let's see, goes to the page. Back to the bottom. Cool. Now I'm out. I'm done for the day now. We're at NBC.
Wow.
Official. Just log myself out.
Okay, so here's what this Kim Connolly did, which is really, really cool. Let me go screen share here. Check this out.
Hey everyone. It's a beautiful spring day out at the track, and after a crazy year, I'm excited to say the track season is off and running. It's an Olympic year all over again, so the main focus of the season is the Olympic trials in June, where I'll be trying to earn a spot at the Tokyo Olympics. Championship races always end with dramatic sprints to the finish, so I'll be spending the next few months working on my speed and preparing to close fast at the end of 10,000 meters. Right now, I'm at home in Flagstaff, Arizona, where I'll spend the next month and a half training at high altitude. In May, I'll drive down to Southern California and then race every other week leading up to the Olympic trials. In the last year, I've trained alone with my husband and coach, Drew Wardenberg, but the vaccine rollout is going really smoothly in Arizona. And since Flagstaff is a very popular location for runners from all over the world, I'm hopeful that I'll get to overlap some training with running friends in the upcoming month. I have a lot of optimism about the months ahead, and I'm working hard every day to be the best athlete I can be at the Olympic trials in June. Okay, it's time to hit the track and start working on that sprint finish.
Isn't that
That's good.
cool?
Yeah. Now, see how it's playing there? You click on it again for a minute to see there's the settings on the right on the little cam on the far right there.
Uh-huh.
If you click on that, I think you have to change the format. It's what it gives you. You see that?
Well, I
Yeah.
think the quality changes.
If you change it around, it'll probably be smoother because it's very shaky. It's very soft. It bounces around.
See, the quality and the speed. I can go either different speeds.
I think the speed just should stay the same. The quality should come. It should be changed.
Right.
What's it going to give you? It's saying going up, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a chance to change the.
I like the vlog. I like the idea. It's a really good idea. And she's
Isn't
part
it?
of us. Isn't she part of us?
I'm sorry?
Is she working with us?
Yeah.
Right? I thought she was on one of our calls.
Yeah, she's the Olympic track star,
Right.
long distance runner.
Right.
So she's actually national champion like 15 times in the 5,000 meter, but she's going to 10,000 meters instead for the Olympics.
That's a distance.
I can't believe it. So this is really cool. So that's one of the really cool things we're going to be doing is getting these Olympic athletes doing vlogs like this.
Yes. And that could be the faces in the game.
Yeah,
I think we should I think we should have an Olympics category on our sports group somewhere. That could be. It happens every 4 years or 2 years. Yeah, every 4 years. 2 years each sport, but 4 years for like summer sport.
Yeah, actually, we do have that. We have the Olympics on there, so yeah, I think we got a really, it's really a unique offering. This is really a lot of value we're adding.
I think so. I agree. I've been telling everybody, people I talk to about it, they're like, "That's a great idea. I like that."
Yeah, it's really, and it's first person too. It's not like just a publication. We're really able to talk to an Olympic athlete.
Right.
That's really cool.
Well, that's what I like. If you could get as long as people can get on there, email or message or whatever you are going to set it up, direct message to an ambassador who's an Olympic star or even ex-professional sport player.
Yeah,
that'll be great.
It really is very cool. All right, so think of the categories. Also, back to that story. We got to figure out.
Yeah.
I have rules, skills and drills, training, coaching, competition, faces in the game, news, and then vlogs, and there are a couple. Full-length movies.
Full-length movies. Oh. What kind of full-length movie are we going to put on there for sports?
Well, think of like baseball in particular. There's back to my thing here.
Oh, there's baseball show, movies, I guess. Yeah.
Like
The
Bull
Natural.
Durham. Yeah, The Natural, Bull Durham,
Right.
all those.
Right. Right. That's true.
And the hardest part is probably going to get rights to that. But imagine, like you say, hey guys, let's watch Bull Durham tonight, and we're all on like a Zoom chat where we're all right there, and we can chat, we can talk over or message back and forth while the movie's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. So,
We'll find that information.
like a Zoom.
Did I email you that? I emailed it to you, right? Or we have to look back at emails. Trying to find that thing.
Yeah, try to find it. So what other? There were like 12 of them we figured out.
Rules, schools and drills, training, coaching, competition, basic game, news, blogs, full-length movies, like so. What about the yoga and all those things?
How about equipment reviews?
That's good. Because there's a lot of crap. You want to get good, the best stuff. Are we still gonna have a shop for that, or a link to the
Yeah.
shop? Okay.
Yeah, I just sold a tennis racket. I have to get mailed out. But it's really small. We only have like 30 items up on eBay. So by the time we get done, we're gonna have thousands of items. But I'm just waiting. I'm really stalling until we get funding so we can have somebody actually working the sporting goods side.
Yeah. Yeah, you need somebody there all the time on that.
Yeah, you really have to be on top of it. All right, so that's 10 now. There are a couple more that we might be.
What about yoga and all that stuff? Is that part of skills and drills? Not
that would be under
competition in a
training.
sense.
Yeah, that would be skills and drills and training.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
oh,
Athletic directors, is that part of the coaching, I guess, right?
yeah, that would be under coaching. But yeah, the point is classes. Do I want to call it classes? Like for if you have a yoga or meditation, you could have a whole full, 30 minutes of yoga.
Oh, workout classes, all kind of workout classes are great.
Yeah.
Calisthenics classes, they have weightlifting classes, and definitely yoga classes, and all kinds of stretching and Pilates and all those.
Right. So the classes and workouts. Yeah, I think we got it now. I think that should cover it. We'll probably think of a couple more, but I think that's a good place to start.
Yeah, you cover a lot of things right there. Skills and drills, training, coaching, competition. Blogs.
Yeah, I think that's about it. There might be one like for venues and
Well, we need a video for venues.
venues and sightseeing, like more of a almost like a travel pictorial for like if somebody goes to Tokyo to check out the Olympics, where would we have something like, okay, we're walking around.
Vlogs.
Sorry?
Would it be like a vlog?
Yeah, that could be a vlog.
All right.
Um,
That'd be nice. Yeah, yeah, that'll work.
yeah. So possibly travel and venues.
What about live events?
Well, that would go under competition
Oh, okay.
and on demand. And there's a third one actually, which would be linear.
What do you mean linear?
Linear is between 7:30 and 8:30 is a show about the Olympics.
Oh, I see.
So they call that linear programming
Okay.
on the web. So, and I'm planning on
We
having,
call it a timeline.
yeah, yeah.
That makes sense.
So the idea is that, eventually we could have one of those icons on a smart TV that instead of saying Hulu, it says UB Sports.
Right,
And you click on that and you have your choice of live or on demand.
right.
And the live would just be that linear programming, and then on demand would be I want to watch yesterday's program.
Right.
So
Right.
I think that covers it. I think we got it.
Yeah, we're not gonna do any kind of live discussions, almost like a interview, like in the studio type thing.
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole idea, is that we can have like regular sports broadcasts.
I mean, like even a UB Sports thing too,
Yeah,
talking about something going on. Hey, check this out with UB Sports. That could just be the most recent video, put it in the first page of home.
yeah. It could be the UB Sports Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, the limits are our mind
Yeah,
right now.
it really is.
When we get to the tech guys, they bring it down to the reality.
Yeah, you have to push their envelope. You have to say, what if you did this?
Right.
And get,
Well, NBC does it all the time.
yeah,
We have a system we have on our system. You don't find it in any other station, any other place around the world.
that's true.
They have done things. We've pushed them to do things that they have never thought to even do.
Really?
Yep. Even the interplay system, which they have, which is a storage system they can play back and grab things, bring it in and out. The archival system and everything else. We help them design that because we pushed them to get something to we can save on material.
Wow.
Because we're taking and transferring onto tapes and these tapes and storing these tapes. We wanted to find a way to digitally save these things. And they say, well, you can't do it. We'll have to try to find somebody else. And they kept coming up with new and better ideas. Our editing system, we have capabilities now to just drag in multiple programs to do different types of editing. It's like After Effects and this Photoshop and this effect here. And we have, I have maybe 1,000 or so different types of editing features to
Wow.
hit now, which they only had 3.
Oh my God.
3 or 4 of them. Now we have like 1,000 different things now. We're forcing to download more external groups of programs into our system. And if it
Wow.
doesn't work, we say make it work, and they have to rechange things around and reprogram it to make it talk to their system.
Wow, that's incredible.
So we've forced them to do a lot of different things. So and expand now. The ABC, CBS, Fox News, Fox are the 3 off the top of my head. All the main networks, they already have, and CNN has it too. They have interplay storage system using Avid because of us.
That's cool.
So they made money on the deal because we pushed them. So now they know it works well. So we're willing to do that. So and again, they'll happen with we push the techie guys. Will make our website even better, which
Right.
in turn will make them stronger to do other projects with somebody else. Oh, I did this with them. I can do that with you.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing.
So we have to definitely push their envelope a little bit. I did that with John. I know you do that. I see it in you. You do it with John too. You push him a little bit.
Yeah, I try all the time.
Yeah.
Come on, we can do this. Come on, let's do it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
he's all you know right away you got to when you're like deep breath.
Yeah, well, it's really fun because he does get it, and now he's getting excited about this, so it's
Yeah.
getting better. So
Yeah, well, I want to get first thing we should do is give this to them, of course, to get going. But first thing we got to do for you is get that presentation ready.
yeah,
When we need the money coming into us, we can get gold, go start working, get more
yeah,
income on this, and get increasing our opportunity to make more money.
it really is. Everything is now predicated on the money. When the money comes in, we can get real. I mean, really, right now we're sort of amateur, but we're going to be professional as soon as we can pay ourselves.
Right.
So
Yeah, with this guy you're talking to, it seems like the perfect group to get in there.
yeah, exactly.
So like I said, if you have any problems or issues going on with your stuff, just give me all the elements,
Yeah,
all separate. You do your whatever you do recordings on, your videos, and your music you like.
right.
And I could try to search for some stuff, but I know as an editor, I like doing my own picks of music. Once I work with a producer, they pick it. Because I have a style and speed and everything else in my mind that I want to hear. And same thing goes when you're doing your presentation. You have this, you may not know the specific song or whatever it might be, but you know what you want to hear.
Yeah, you know what the style that you want to.
Yeah, you know it already, so it's easy for you to pick out and just give it to me and I'll put it in.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's easy. And videos, I can always take anything on these slides. I could freeze them to hold them longer and make it fit your track.
Right. All right, cool.
So that
Right.
works. Doing it live is always hard because you have to practice it, get ready, and then try to hit your mark and get things moving.
Right.
But this way, you put it together and just go.
You just do it. Yeah. Definitely.
So I can do that for you. It won't take that long to put it together. Hardest part is actually importing material and exporting it.
Yeah, it is. It's transcoding and all that stuff. Yeah.
That takes the longest part. Once that's doing it while you're working is easy.
Okay. I
Yeah,
like.
so like I said, you have to talk with John later, and you want to get me involved in it, let me know. I'll jump right in there.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I gotta make I didn't have any breakfast. I forgot. I'm so busy today.
Well, that's what happens. You get busy.
Yeah.
It's not a
Well, I
bad-
made sure I have my coffee though. I can't go by without my coffee.
No, everyone needs coffee.
Yeah, I mean, especially when I started today at 4 a.m. So gotta make sure I have my coffee.
All right, cool.
So I try to think. I don't think anything else we're missing.
I don't think so either. I think we got it all. What I want to do is get that workflow from here to there, and then to the real video that you're watching.
Right. I like having the. I don't know what they're going to use for this, and I can't find it. Didn't I send you? I thought I sent you an email. What did you emails?
You might have.
I might have a video somewhere on this. No, because I have a little page of saving all the stuff we did.
Yeah, it might just be on our texts.
Right. I don't know what we did. A text, there was an email or something. I know I definitely picked one out, and it wasn't the regular one we thought it was. Right. I thought it was good, but there was another one I thought would work better. What's that finding nice?
Okay. I'm ready for lunch.
Yep. I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Great work today.
Yeah, and anything else you might need, once I find out the name of the place, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I'll jump on it. All right.
Sounds
cool.
good. All right,
Thanks,
talk to you later. Enjoy your lunch.
Later. Thank you.